US presidents getting arrested? That doesn't sound like the president doing his job, right? But Ulysses S. Grant, the first president to get arrested, was also the one to lead us to several victories for the Union force. So what did he really do that got him arrested? Ulysses S. Grant's arrest story dates back to 1872, and it was the first time he broke the law. President Grant was speeding down a Washington D.C. street in his horse and buggy. He was stopped by a block police officer, William West. Because after all, he's the president, not Batman. All laws that apply to us apply to him too. The police officer instantly realized who he had stopped, but prioritizing his duty and the safety to others, Officer West said, "Mr. President, you're going too fast." President Grant accepted his fault and assured the officer that this wouldn't happen again. But
wait for it.
It gets better. The very next day, Officer West caught him again, racing down the street. This time, the officer had no choice but to arrest the president. I'd be shit scared for my life if I had to arrest the president. And Officer West was embarrassed about this too. But a duty is a duty. And President Grant stepped up like a true leader and said, "I know I was speeding. You should arrest me. Don't feel badly about it." This story was kept under the covers for years for obvious reasons attached to the president's reputation. But finally, in 1908, Officer West revealed the story to a Washington paper. But while President Grant holds the title for the first US president to ever get arrested, he's made too many marvelous contributions to the United States too. During the American Civil War, Ulysses S. Grant was the Union general who led the United States to victory over the Confederate States of America. When the American Civil War began in 1861, he was assigned to make a disciplined fighting unit of the rebellious 21st Illinois Voluntary Infantry Regiment. Whew, that's a mouthful. And Lieutenant Colonel Grant disciplined them all well. He drilled them and grilled them, all to ensure they followed orders and led them to victory. As he was termed president soon after the war, he is also credited with stabilizing the post-war economy. From ratifying the 15th Amendment to crushing the Ku Klux Klan, he kept America's safety and progress above all. Thank you, Mr. President. You were a true hero. But some historians beg to differ. They infamously called him the lost cause. Southern historians have criticized President Grant for using excessive force, drinking too much, and simply being lucky, not skilled. His memoirs were tainted, and his reputation was made synonymous with brutal warfare and overwhelming corruption. Talk about rumors ruining somebody's life. The Lost Cause campaign, led by William A. Dunning of Columbia University, portrayed President Grant wrongly as only a drunken butcher general and a weak president who only cared about satisfying the radical Republicans. His tenure was also labeled as the darkest page in the saga of American history. These distortions still thrive in countless history textbooks and classrooms, in movies and television shows, and on popular websites. This is some real high school behavior, to be honest. On July 23rd, 1885, Ulysses S. Grant took his last breath, leaving behind a legacy believed by a few and ignored by most today. And if you enjoyed this story about Ulysses S. Grant, then I am sure you'll love the story about the most sinister mind in history, Adolf Hitler. Make sure you are subscribed to Behind the Date so that you can join us every day as we uncover the stories behind each special day. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go see all the shocking stories in Hitler's Mein Kampf.